Hi guys, I'm Adrian and this is a presentation called LinkedIn 101 or all about LinkedIn. So what is LinkedIn? According to the website, the mission of LinkedIn is to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. It is a social network it is a social network for professionals to connect, share, and learn. LinkedIn began in co-founder Reid Hoffman's living room in 2002 and was officially launched on May 5th, 2003. So it's been around for about 19 years. I know this really easily because I was born in 2003. Completely under the currently under the leadership of Ryan Roslansky. And in December 2016, Microsoft completed its acquisition of LinkedIn, bringing together Microsoft's professional cloud and the world's leading professional network. Using LinkedIn for business.
LinkedIn. Are you using it? Oh yes, Tony. Do you get any good results there? I mean, can you put your hand on your heart and point to one piece of business that you've won there? Be honest now. No, Tony. And that's the problem. There's huge potential in LinkedIn, but most business owners aren't getting the most out of it. So in this video, I'm going to give you 6 simple steps to fix LinkedIn so that you start getting results from it. I'll explain why you really should bother with LinkedIn. I'll tell you the 3 things that you need to focus on in LinkedIn, and I'll share with you my 6 steps for mastering LinkedIn. Does that sound like a plan? Come on then, let's get cracking. Hi, I'm Tony Messer, the founder of Pickleweb, the web hosting company that helps businesses get online, get found, and get more customers. I've worked with thousands of businesses of all sizes, and I want to make sure that you're getting the most out of LinkedIn. But before we get stuck in, let's ask one fundamental question about LinkedIn. Why bother? Well, if you're selling to other businesses, LinkedIn is the place to be. It's got well over 400 million users, so it's like having the world's biggest business database at your fingertips. But it's not just B2B. If you know what you're doing, LinkedIn can offer a ton of opportunities if you're selling to consumers. So here are my 6 simple steps to improve your LinkedIn scorecard. First up, be clear about your objectives. Now, if you're anything like me, when people start talking about objectives, this normally happens. Sometimes it can just seem like an excuse for not getting stuck in. But if you're a business owner, there are only 3 objectives when it comes to LinkedIn. 1. Becoming an authority. 2. Identifying partnerships. And 3. Generating leads. If you just start focusing on these 3 things, you'll find that you stop drifting and start getting results. Number 2, start identifying your targets. Because you're clear about your objectives, you can start to identify your targets. It's a bit like doing detective work. It's elementary stuff. So if you want to be an authority, you need to create great content and you're looking for more media exposure. That means developing relationships with influencers, journalists, bloggers and the like. If you're looking for partnerships, you can start to identify complementary businesses that you can work with. Now you've got a plan of attack. If it's leads that you're after, you need to be in groups, asking and answering questions with your target audience. The point is, you're not just jumping around willy-nilly hoping that something's going to happen. You've got a plan of attack. Point 3, create a solution-focused profile. Anyone will tell you that your LinkedIn profile is vital, but as a business owner, it's not your CV. I know you're proud of your university degree, and so's your mum. But guess what? What's that, Tony? Nobody else is. In fact, they're only interested in one thing. What's in it for me? So with your profile, show them that you're a solution provider. Show them that you've got what they need. So get rid of all that dusty, boring content and make your profile pop. Number 4, segment your contacts. You've got 3 objectives: leadership, partnership, or leads. And that means you've got several target audiences. So you need to keep them organized so you can give them the right information at the right time. LinkedIn allows you to tag your content. Now this used to be free, but they've now restricted this to their paid accounts. Boo! If you're on a tight budget, you could keep them organised on a spreadsheet. But if you're serious about using LinkedIn, then a paid service is definitely going to help you to streamline the process. Number 5, ask questions. Ever joined a LinkedIn group? Notice how much telling there is and not much listening. Some groups seem to have very little interaction between their group members. So look for groups where there's more conversation going on. When you find them, start asking questions. Give it a try. You'll be pleasantly surprised that you'll get much more interaction than if you just post stuff. But why not go the whole hog and create your own group? Having your own LinkedIn group has got loads of advantages. Apart from giving you thought leadership and authority, you can create an engaged community around a shared common interest. You can also control who joins, and you can send weekly updates to your group. Number 6, post great content. When it comes to content in LinkedIn, you've got a couple of options here. First, you can post regular updates, maybe featuring content of the people that you're targeting. Think of updates as being like LinkedIn tweets. This is short form content to highlight content that's created by you or by other people. It's a great way to get noticed by your target audience. You can also post long form content. It does take longer, but you could just repurpose stuff from your own blog. If you're not sure about business blogging, we've covered it in our free book, The Website Survival Kit. You can claim your free copy below the video. Just click on the link and it'll take you straight there. So that
Awesome. All right. So that's just sort of like the basics of tips to help with using LinkedIn for your business. All right. Up next, we have main features of LinkedIn. Home. Once you log in, the home feed pops up. This is your news feed, showing recent posts from your connections with other professionals and companies you follow. Profile. This shows your name, your photo, your location, your occupation, and more. So there's the top. And below that, you can customize a short summary, work experience, education, and other sections. So like an example would be, just pretend, I have just graduated Pace University with a major in education and concentration in history with an extension into social studies in the 9th grade. I have work experience with leadership skills in organizing as a camp counselor and a student teacher. I have proficient skills in Excel and Adobe Photoshop. So it's just sort of like listing everything that you're good at. You know, you want to make the profile as impressive as possible while still using what you've actually done. Network. My network. This has a list of all the professionals you're currently connected with on the site. If you hover your mouse over My Network on the top menu, you'll be able to see options that will allow you to add contacts, find people you may know, and find alumni. So this is really great. So you don't have to individually search professionals that you've already linked with. You can just find all of them right there, which is great for when you're applying for jobs and looking for recommendations. You don't have to spend the time to find each individual person. Jobs. Many various jobs listings are posted on LinkedIn every day by employers, and the site will recommend specific jobs you based on your current information, including your location and optional job preferences that you can fill out to get better tailored job. So yes, there are a lot of job listings on LinkedIn. And by putting your preferences in for jobs, you can avoid getting like going through all the jobs you don't want. Like for example, I'm an education major, so I would be looking for jobs to do with education. So I can get rid of all of like the engineering jobs and the HR jobs and filter that out. That way I can see all the education jobs at once. Interests. You can follow certain interests. These include company pages, groups according to location or interest, LinkedIn SlideShare, platform for slideshows publishing, and LinkedIn's Lynda platform for educational purposes. So the SlideShare platform, you could make a presentation that may be informative about you, about what you do, and then you can publicly share it onto the SlideShare platform. And that way, people who are interested in hiring you or hiring people that are in your field can see your experience in a presentation. And then LinkedIn's Lynda platform is for educational purposes, as I said. Search bar. The search bar allows you to filter your results down according to several different customizable fields by clicking Advanced. Besides the search bar, you can find specific professionals, companies, jobs, and more. This is just another great way to make sure that the jobs that you're seeing when you type them in are the jobs that you actually have interest in. So, somebody's name could also be a brand. So you might be looking for Mary Tyler, your former CEO, to look for a recommendation. And normally, if you just put in search, you can get a bunch of Mary Tylers, and some of them would be companies, right? So instead, you search people, and it gets them more specific, or jobs, or posts, messages. Much like other social media platforms, LinkedIn has an option to send a private message to another professional. This could be job offers and other networking conversations. In this example here, Janet is messaging somebody interested in keeping up with plans. So they're working together, but they, sometimes when you run a company or you have a work email, it gets flooded with lots of different messages from all over. And it's nice to be able to go into LinkedIn and be able to click directly on that person's profile and know exactly who they are and what they do. And it just helps narrow it down. It also helps keep you a little bit more secure. Like sometimes maybe you don't want to give out your email or phone number to people that you are interested in working with right away. Notifications. These let you know when you've been endorsed by someone, invited to join something, or welcome to check out a post you might be interested in. So an endorsement could be a boss you work for, because wow, this person is really proficient in these skills, I endorse them. That way they can climb the ladder of the career. Or they could be invited to join something like a work page, or just like a general group, or welcome to check out a post you might be interested in. So this is typically like job posts, right? And so the person that posts it will notice that you have skills and the things that they are looking for. And so they can invite you to check out a post. They are hiring for the skills that you might have. Pending invitation. Much like friend requests on Facebook, when other professionals invite you to connect with them on LinkedIn, you'll receive an invitation that you'll have to approve. This is great because that way you can see, okay, Marilyn has requested to, connect with me on LinkedIn. I don't really know who Marilyn is, so I can look at her profile and go, okay, so Marilyn, works in the same field. She's a little bit higher up, and she could be potentially interested in hiring me in the future. This also prevents like spam and bots from trying to follow you, you can easily filter them out. I would recommend like clicking on everybody's profile that sends you a request just to make sure that you are free of scams, because on the internet, there is no avoiding them. So the algorithm chooses which things to show people. It decides which posts deserve the most traction. And so this is how it decides.
There are 3 key factors that go into the LinkedIn algorithm. The first one is personal connections. LinkedIn is going to show your post more with people that you are connected with and people that you engage with. The second LinkedIn algorithm factor is relevance. How relevant is your content to your target audience? This could be anything from LinkedIn looking at keywords that you use in your posts, hashtags, anything in the comments section of people engaging with you. The third LinkedIn algorithm factor is probability of engagement. So what LinkedIn is doing here is they are judging how likely your post is to get engagement. So you want to make sure that you are getting maximum views, likes, comments, all the things in the very first hour, because that tells LinkedIn that this is something that people are engaging with. So I'm going to show it more in people's feeds.
All right, there you go. That's just more insight into the algorithm, which I think can be very helpful. Because if you're on LinkedIn, you
Are
typically
you
want to get
unsure
your
of what to
noticed.
post for your
Hold on.
business on?
There we go. Sorry about that. Why use LinkedIn? First, get back in touch with old colleagues. Typically, you may not have your old coworkers or colleagues' phone numbers or personal emails, and after they or you left the job, you lose contact with them. And so using LinkedIn is a really great way to keep in touch and get back in touch, because maybe you worked really well with that person and you're at a new job now that is hiring. And you're like, this person would be awesome to join our team. Next, you can use your profile as an interactive online resume. Typically with jobs, you come with a printed resume, right, of everything in your experience. And this way, people looking to hire can look at your interactive resume and see everything you've done, and it doesn't have to be printed, and they can look for specific things a lot easier than they would by just looking at a printed piece of paper. And of course, find and apply to jobs, find and connect with new professionals. This is just a great way to network, participate in relevant groups, make friends and acquaintances with people that are in your field, share tips, advice, job recommendations, all great. And then blog about what you know, like with the slideshows and posts, just show what you know and what your experience is in, so that way future employers can take interest in you and see, wow, this person is really great at this, and that is what we're looking for right now. So there you go. And now you're a LinkedIn pro. Go network.